Britain says it's taking steps to improve air quality and plans to ban new cars with diesel and petrol engines, the internal combustion engine, if you like, in 23 years from now. Now, thank you. Now, it ends a tradition going way back. For example, look at this fine chariot, the horseless carriage, as it was then, which managed to drive along at 15 miles per hour, and that was in 1885. You couldn't even get through 15 miles an hour on the streets of London at the moment anyway, so you can hardly call that progress at the moment. But now the UK is planning, Britain is clearing away all new combustion engines from 2040. Both petrol and diesel engines, and even hybrids will be removed. So the idea, of course, is, oh yes, the dirty air. The idea is to improve health, especially in the big cities. It relates to the dirty air, the increased risk of cancers, asthmas and strokes that are as a result of so many vehicles being on the road. But the UK is not alone. The mayors of Madrid, Paris, Mexico City and Athens all planning to ban diesels by 2025. Ultimately, what they're hoping is battery technology is at the heart of any improvement. Now, there's those of us of a certain age, in 1985 will remember this. It was Sir Clive Sinclair who invented the C5. It was supposed to be a revolutionary way to get round town. It was an absolute unmitigated flop, heaping huge amounts of humiliation on Sir Clive because the batteries weren't good enough, and it was also considered to be wickedly dangerous since it was so lowly strung on the road. But that's not the point. The point is batteries are the future. And, as you've seen, the internal combustion engine is on its way out. Except, earlier on Quest Express, the chief executive of Aston Martin expressed fears that Britain was making a bold political statement without the wherewithal to back it up and execute it.
I think electric vehicles are wonderful. I've been involved half of my career in the development of electric vehicles, and Aston Martin will be the first luxury manufacturer to introduce an electric vehicle. So this is not me saying we dislike electric vehicles. What this is saying is, if you want to set a moonshot like this, and basically ban entirely gasoline engines, diesel engines, hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and you want to go 100% electric, that's our equivalent of the moonshot. To make a moonshot work, you need to have a NASA. And NASA means that basically, if you don't want to export jobs out of the UK, then you've got to create that capability and that infrastructure inside the UK. And we're a long, long way from having that capability today.
Now, it's funny you said, because I was talking about this with a younger colleague, and I said, well, look, 2040 is a long way away. I'll be dead and buried by then. And then I thought about it. Actually, no, probably I won't be. I'll only be sort of, well, I hope I won't be. I'll only be in my 70s, in my late 70s. So are you saying it's unrealistic to have a 2040 deadline?
No, I'm saying that it's unrealistic if you don't have infrastructure and a plan and the technology in the country. Of course you can make it work. Electric cars exist today. What you'll do if you don't think about it, though, is you'll have all of this invested capital in engines in the UK, which will suddenly become redundant. The choice of vehicles that customers can buy will be limited. You won't be able to move freight by road from Scotland to London because the technology isn't ready for it yet. So just a blanket statement of EVs for everything 100% by 2040 is not solving the problem that we have in front of us, which is actually air pollution and NO2 at the curbside. There are other ways of addressing that issue.
So in a nutshell, what would you have done, briefly?
Well, I'm good with a moonshot. If that's where we want to go and we want to have 100% EVs, that's fine. But we need to now work with how we protect jobs in the UK, that they don't simply get exported to Korea, Japan, or China, because that's where they would go if we had to source batteries today. Alternatively, work with industry to look at other ways of bringing down pollution. Alternatively, look at the infrastructure. So there's a lot of work. So I guess my message today is political statements are fine, but now you need to work with industry to find out if that's what you really, really dream of.